Yeah. What's up, Switches? It's your boy A Switch bringing you first episode of Switches Sights. It's a podcast I'm working on and just seeing where it goes, you know. But yeah, just got a few topics we're gonna talk about today. I guess firstly, the Xbox One, with the changes they're making. So with that, as of probably everybody of what they heard is that, they cut their price from $500 to $400 or $399, $499, whatever. You know what I mean. But yeah, the price cut of the $100 price cut, and also the paywall change in regards to previously Xbox had it where you required to have to pay the Xbox Live Gold subscription, which is about I believe it's $50 now. It used to be $60, but $50 now. In regards to having to pay for that in order to use services that you already for the most part subscribe for, like Netflix, Vudu, Hulu, HBO Go, applications like that. You would not be able to access those services without paying the Xbox Live subscription, which now soon, I believe June 9th, I think, after they drop the reduced price Xbox without the Kinect, then I believe that is when they will have they have their services. So basically you can use your services free without without having to pay the Xbox Live Gold subscription, which is what PlayStation's been doing. PlayStation 3 specifically has been doing for the longest, and of course PlayStation 4. Given the PlayStation 4 doesn't have that many apps yet in terms of, video browsing and things of that nature, but nonetheless, good thing overall. I am generally a big Xbox fan, but of course I have the Sony PlayStation 3 and the 4. So I've been on both sides, but I guess up until 360, up until Xbox One, I've been a bigger Xbox fan, but of course I have both. But still, it's good to see Microsoft making changes, making them moves, towards just a better overall, competition against Sony, because especially the initial E3 last year, of which they just totally just killed themselves compared to Sony PS4 with the undercut of the PlayStation 4 being $400, then Xbox One X and $500, and not having any other options, like they did now, where you can buy the Xbox One out to connect, which really hurt them. And then the online DRM and all that stuff with the Xbox One, basically trying to be like Steam but in console form, basically. But it obviously didn't work for them, so they definitely reverted back on a lot of stuff. So it's good in their regard for doing all that stuff. Good moves on all fronts on their part. So good for them. Good for Microsoft. I hope this is only one of many good changes. Another thing too, they also are doing the same model of games with gold as PlayStation Plus. Like previously with games with gold, they were giving you fairly sucky games, but you could keep them forever. But you had to be a gold member. But if you like, say in a scenario, you were a gold member, then you for a month and downloaded the game, and then after that your month is up, you still get to keep that game. But otherwise, if you had a PlayStation Plus account, if you did the same thing and you had the game, like if you had the game and your subscription ran out, then you would be screwed and you wouldn't be able to play that game until you renewed your subscription with PlayStation Plus. So Microsoft has basically reverted to, well, not necessarily reverted, but went to the same methodology as PlayStation Plus with their subscription model. So, I mean, in the long run, it's good, I'd say, for me personally, because I pretty much have a consistent PlayStation, Xbox Live account, Gold account. So, my Xbox just turned on. My Xbox just fucking turned on, damn it. It was listening. It's kind of good, but whatever. Sidetrack, sorry. But yeah, so basically Xbox is doing the same thing as PlayStation Plus. So what this hopefully results in is better quality games, because on the previous program a lot of those games sucked. They either sucked, been out for like almost a decade or something like that, or it was either one or the other. Like Halo 3, like I already had that and enjoyed it, and like it's been like so many other games that came out in the Halo series before that, so I mean, it's just I think this is a better move for Xbox in that regard. So either way, it's very good on their part, making good moves. So Microsoft, keep it up. I'm hoping they really redeem themselves at this year's E3 after that like abysmal beheading against Sony at last year's E3. And then also Jack Tretton has left, the CEO of Sony. So I think CEO. Don't count me on that. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe it's CEO. But either way, he's left, I think, for Sonos, or no, I think that was Mark Whitten of Xbox, the Xbox president or technical something other. I don't know. I'm not going to mislead you guys, but you know what I mean. They're up there. Okay. They're up there. So yeah. So there's that. And we'll talk about E3 a little bit later, but I guess the next topic is going to be Watchdogs. It came out this past Tuesday. Well, as of this recording this on Wednesday, but it came out Tuesday. Picked it up at midnight. And didn't get a chance to play it because of life and responsibilities, but finally got a good 3.5 hours into it, and pretty cool game. I'm surprised nobody's ever really thought about the concept of really having a game fully around technology, and the whole concept of you can hack anything just with your simple like smartphone. So I mean, at least in terms of concept, is very great. And the gameplay is pretty solid. I guess I haven't played it, I don't think too much to, I guess, fully dictate it, but in terms of my overall initial impressions, it's pretty awesome. I'm also, gonna be uploading gameplay of it, or let's play on my channel, my YouTube channel, A Switch, as well as I stream it, also on, Twitch. Did I say Twitch or YouTube? I stream it on Twitch and I upload it for your video on demand content pleasure on YouTube. So there is that to look out for as well. So but yeah, I was excited for the game, you know, since it when it debuted at E3, I believe last year. Yeah, just the whole concept of, you know, creating roadblocks and hacking people, and they be going into very good detail in that game, and in regards to like like they be telling you too much information in terms of like when you scanning people. Like it was one scenario, it was like this is so many just out there stuff, like this dude that likes hentai, and like dude beat his wife, and dude likes to, you know, eat raspberry cookies in the morning, you know, stuff like that. I don't know, but yeah, it's just a lot of random, like, okay, like I mean, given you're like hacking their information, which they're not really trying to tell you, but that's definitely one of the funnest, I guess, points about the game. Just like being nosy in people's business, knowing what they make in a year, and, you know, things of that nature, which pretty cool. I gotta say, pretty cool. Pretty cool for school. Nah, pretty cool. So there's that. Yeah, so that's basically how I feel about Watch Dogs. It's a pretty cool game. Got it for the PS4. I mean, I have the options. I had the pretty much I could get it for any the consoles that that they came out, because I'm a pretty big gamer, because I got all the dang consoles: PS4, Xbox One, Wii U. Poor Wii U. You may come back someday. Although I'm doubtful about that. 360, PS3, and even the older consoles, the PS2, Xbox, the original Wii, the 64, and the Dreamcast. So pretty much, if something comes out that I really want, I will definitely get it. Because I love games, man. It's always been a really big thing for me growing up. Just in general, games are great. But I digress. So the next part, I think next thing we're going to talk about is E3. Motherfucking 3, baby. It's on its way. It's on its way. It's coming full force. I believe it's June. I think it officially starts June 12th. I think June 12th. I want to say. I don't want to. I'm gonna look it up while I'm talking about it. But yeah, I believe it's June. I want to say it's June 12th, but either way, yeah, E3, this is probably going to be the most important, I would say, yeah, pretty important E3 for both, Xbox One and PS4, as well as Wii U. I mean, they need to do something to save the Wii U. I'm sorry, but I do feel a little bit burned getting the Wii U. Like I got it. I got the Wii U right when it came out, you know, when it officially released, you know, anticipating that it might be sold out or something, but that was definitely not the case at all. That was not the case at all. Not the case at all. But I mean, in terms of the hardware of Wii U and whatnot, it's got a lot of potential, but I think just it's a lot of risk that a lot of third party companies are not going to take with it. So, in of itself, that's where the issue lies with the Wii U. Just people just don't want to take a risk on it, and especially given that it doesn't have a good install base as well. I think it got like 2 million. Well, I guess more so, almost 3 million. I think in terms of console sales. I'm not sure, but yeah. So yeah. I mean, I feel bad for the Wii U. I mean, given the 3DS is doing good, but poor Wii U. And then that's another thing. Like with the Wii U, Nintendo's not even gonna be showing up for E3. They're gonna have that stupid like show, or what you might call it, the Nintendo Direct, where basically they're directly not at E3, and they're just gonna do some shotted pre-recorded show of all the games and announcements they have. So I mean, Wii U does have Smash Brothers and Bayonetta 2. Those were the selling points for me getting a Wii U, as well as Monster Hunter. Pretty big Monster Hunter fan, which doesn't get a lot of love in North America, but I digress. But those were the big selling points for at least me getting a Wii U. And the technology seemed pretty promising. So as of today, Nintendo is not really, giving on their promise, if you will, of the Wii U. But yeah, we'll definitely see at E3. There was also a rumor about like just ditching the Wii U and like coming out with a new console, which is probably pretty unlikely at this year's E3, but I could see it like this year, next year, or the year after that, where it was a rumor like a dual console where like you could play basically it was going to be a hybrid of a console and a handheld console, which when you think about it, is pretty enticing in my opinion. Like just to have the idea of having a console you could play, and then like play on your big TV, and then like when you got to go somewhere or whatever, you could just unplug it, take it with you, and then play it, and then continue from there. I think that's gonna be a big potential to be the next big seller with Nintendo, if that rumor came to be true. And I think honestly that's probably gonna be the future of gaming and consoles in general. Like at least like in Japan, like I know handhelds are really, really popular. I think probably more than home consoles, in Japan. And I think, like when I was younger, like having a handheld was more affordable than like getting a console, even though I eventually did get home consoles as well. But in terms of just affordability and general appeal, like I think that's the big reason why Pokemon is not on a home console, because it makes such a killing on handhelds, which is another thing Wii U needs to get on their ass with, is to fucking put Pokemon on a Wii U console. Or I think they've kind of tested it where was at least given an illusion that it was a fully 3D online, 3D capable Pokemon game, but to my knowledge they weren't necessarily that true, because like all you gotta do is even port like the recent Pokemon 3 or Pokemon X and Y, just port them to the Wii U and like, upgrade the visuals or whatever. And they would easily make a decent killing and, sell, get back in the game at least and sell a good amount of consoles. But, I don't know why Nintendo is, I don't know where their mind's at. The president, I forgot his name, Satoru Uiwati. Yeah, I'm getting really bad with the names, but the president of Nintendo, I think he's really in danger of losing his job, even though Nintendo is in a really secure spot of, they could make all these losses and they still got millions and billions and stuff like that. But, yeah, either way, they really need to step their game up to really save the Wii U. Cause, on paper and overall, it's the console has a lot of interesting things and appeal. Well, I guess appeal has not really been working, but, it has a lot of stuff on paper and, in practicality that, is really appealing if used right. So, I mean, it's up to Nintendo, man. They really need to step their game up. They really gotta show something at this year's E3, which I'm pretty doubtful of. I mean, gonna get Smash Brothers, maybe a few character announcements and things like that, but still that's just not gonna be enough to cut it. Yeah, possibly a new Zelda, most likely a new Zelda announcement, because I know we saw Hyrule Warriors, which is basically a Dynasty Warriors like Zelda clone, I guess. Basically Dynasty Warriors with Zelda characters and such. So I mean, not really what people want in regards to, a true Zelda game, which I believe they got to show at E3. Haven't seen much of Metroid. I think that's got a good chance of being the next iteration. Has a good chance of being shown. We've got Mario up the ass. Mario just is never gonna. I don't have nothing against Mario, but I mean, it's a great game. I guess I never really played them or got into them. I mean, I have got into them, but not necessarily, like turn me Mario fanboy into a Mario fanboy. So there's that. But yeah, I guess that's the only predictions. If they really bring it with the with that Pokemon, that console Pokemon that's fully 3D, or at least a port of X and Y or something. I don't know what Nintendo's thinking. They better shape up, or I will slap them in the face, each and every one of them. I'd have to find out where they are and get close to them, but I would do it, damn it, if I had the opportunity. My body is ready to Reggie, bitch. But yeah, so yeah, that about covers it for Wii U, or Nintendo in general. Yeah, their 3DS is doing really good. So I mean, I think they just need to really need to shape it up with the Wii U and do any and everything to kind of bring that back. But yeah, so I guess moving on to the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation Quattro. They killed it last year at E3 with just gushing Xbox, just stabbing them in the jugular, any and every way, just dominating them. Jack deserved every right to drop a mic because all that stuff that went down. But well, that's also of a concern because of Jack leaving Sony. I forgot who he left for. I'm not sure. I forgot who he left for, but him leaving Sony could be a bit of a concern. I think Satoru Iwata. No, I think that's the dude from Nintendo. Why do they names be sounding so dang different? I don't know. But either way, I think the president of Sony will probably present and, do some stuff. I hope to see Last Guardian. I have yet to get in that whole series because I know that's part of, I think that's the trilogy of Eco, because I think it's Eco, Shadow Colossus, and then it'd be Last Guardian, of which I haven't played Eco and Shadow of the Colossus, even though I've been dying to play them, but yeah, I got them ready to play on my PS3, but I've yet to get to them. Thanks to PlayStation Plus with that yeah, because PlayStation Plus has been killing it in terms of their service. I gotta give them that. Coming from a fairly consistent Xbox guy, or what you will, fairly prominent Xbox player. Yeah, they definitely stepping the game up. They really are. I gotta give Sony credit. Gotta give them credit. So, I mean, we haven't really seen much in terms of games from them overall. Other than Uncharted, like really big games or big exclusives, like it's only Uncharted, and what else? Uncharted. Yeah, that's the only thing I can really think of. Like Metal Gear. Metal Gear ain't even exclusive to PlayStation anymore. That's definitely what got me a PlayStation 3, Metal Gear Solid 4. But now, yeah, that's crazy. Now that Metal Gear Solid isn't console exclusive anymore. That's kind of weird. But I know Sony has some stuff under their sleeve. They definitely, it's about time for Last Guardian to be shown or whatever. I think the last time it was shown officially was like 09 or 08. I want to say maybe 07. But yeah, they really need to bring some stuff. I did like their approach with indie developers, last year. I think we'll probably see maybe a decent chunk of that. Because I think that's really the big fad nowadays. Individual developers making games for consoles and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, I guess I can't really see what Sony could be doing, because yeah, they really, it's no really, like, I guess, consistent great console games, console exclusive games. Well, Last of Us the remaster edition is coming for PS4, I believe, in June, a year after the PlayStation 3 version came out, which I understand. I mean, in regards to just getting some content on the PS3, or I mean PS4, since, yeah, like, honestly, since I've gotten the Xbox One and PS4, I haven't really touched them ever since I got them. After, like, I know with the Xbox One, I beat Dead Rising 3. I got like Battlefield 4, and what was the other game? I got? Call of Duty Ghosts. And then Titanfall. Of course, got back in at Titanfall, but yeah, other than that, PlayStation 3 is PlayStation 4 and Xbox One has not really been getting that much playtime, other than Xbox One I use for TV and media, and stuff like that. So I mean, there is that. But yeah, for the PS4 I got Killzone. I beat that. What else? I think the next one I got was Infamous. Yeah, I got Assassin's Creed for PlayStation 4. Beat that. It's pretty cool overall. Yeah, overall great games. But yeah, I guess just that weirdness of not having enough games and content. But yeah, Assassin's Creed 4, and what else? Yeah, Infamous, and I guess now Watchdogs for PlayStation 4. But yeah, I would definitely say my 360 is still probably getting the most playtime with Grand Theft Auto 5 and stuff like that, of which I hope comes on. I would definitely buy it again if it came on PS4, Xbox One, or PC in any way, shape, or form. I don't know about PC. I'd probably have to like upgrade my PC and stuff first before diving back into all that again. But definitely would definitely buy GTA 5 again if it came out on the next gen platforms, which they gotta do it, cause they got to at least it's gonna come out on PC. But yeah, I definitely it'd be stupid not to re-release them on the next gen and PC, up-res graphics, better draw distances, faster load times, things like that. Yeah, they'd be stupid not to. Another theory, I guess they could possibly just be churning out all these like packs for like GTA Online and stuff, and after they're done with that, maybe release a GTA Grand Year Awesome Edition for Xbox One and PlayStation 4. But who knows? But that would be an awesome announcement. Even though the guys at Rockstar they're not confirmed or not coming to E3 at all. Even though, yeah, they generally don't, for that matter. But you never know, like, what was it, E3 08 or 07, where, I want to say Peter Moore, but that's not right. It could be Peter Moore. Yeah, I think it is. Peter Moore, where he, whipped out the tattoo for, GTA 4 coming to Xbox 360. So, I mean, it could be one of those possible announcements where, it's not necessarily Rockstar being there, but, they could actually confirm it and, announce it for their respective consoles or what have you, or something like that. So, yeah, I mean, yeah, so I guess that definitely probably covers it for PlayStation 4. Yeah, sorry for the Vita though. I gotta get one. I've yet to get any of the mobile consoles. The mobile consoles like the Vita and the 3DS. Cause probably the last mobile console I got was the PSP, and that boy is still awesome to this day. Having like Resident Evil 2 being able to play Resident Evil 2 on that boy, the whole trilogy, things like that. Pretty awesome. But I hope the PS Vita gets some stuff maybe. I definitely want to test out that the sweet feature where you could have your play PS4 games on the PS4, by streaming or whatever. So I'm definitely planning on getting it. I've been like getting the games that are only on Vita, through PlayStation Plus. So there is that. But yeah, I mean, I think PlayStation has a lot of potential for a good showing as well. We just don't know of the games that are going to be there and things of that nature. So I mean, good luck for PlayStation 4. I think they can show out just as much again, as compared as shown by last year. So yeah. So I guess now we're gonna move on to Xbox or Microsoft in general. Bill Gates, baby. Billy Gates. But yeah, I know there was a lot of leaks in regards to Xbox conference like way back I want to say like right before or around when the Xbox One came out. So I know though of the one I'm probably the most excited for is that the Halo Anniversary Collection, or the Master Chief Collection, they call it, or something like that. But I guess it's supposed to be rumored to have Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4 bundled and remastered for the Xbox One. And if that is true, that would be awesome. That would be probably the biggest, I guess, rumor I'd love to be. I don't know. I take that back. I don't know, cause at least I loved the hell out of Halo 2 when I was younger, online. That was probably like one of my first forays, in online. So Halo 2 definitely has a very sweet spot in my heart, for just the overall memories in the game itself. And yeah, so if they released, they could just release Halo 2, anniversary, and I'd be happy. But, yeah, if they released Halo 2, or at least that whole collection, and Halo 2 with what do you call it? I don't know. If they release Halo 2 with, the original multiplayer, intact, like unchanged, I mean, they could, I guess, change some of the host advantage stuff or whatever, but other than that, just remain it unchanged, same code, just maybe up the graphics a little bit. That's it. That's all they would need to do, and I'd be playing that game for a good ass while. Cause yeah, I think Halo 2, in my opinion, is probably like the best multiplayer Halo game. Yeah, I'd say that Halo Reach was really good. Halo 4 was alright, but I would definitely, I don't know. It's tough between Halo Reach and Halo 2, but yeah, I would put Halo 2 over it just because of nostalgia and overall just the initial impact of online multiplayer of Halo. Yeah, I definitely put like Halo 2, Halo 2 Reach, then Halo 4. At least in terms of the multiplayer, I guess top 3. Halo 3 was really good too. I mean, they were all really good, but yeah, if I had to really rank them, yeah, Halo 2 would definitely be the top. Just the overall maps, like Zanzibar, Lockout, Ivory Tower, just a lot of great maps, great feel, great gameplay, great matchmaking. And I think Halo 2 was, I think that was the first game to actually have matchmaking, to really, and I think, yeah, just overall, I think Halo really defined multiplayer console gaming, as a whole. Like it really just perfected it and made it, actually a viable option, for gamers, that, weren't, I guess, privileged to have a PC, at the time. So, yeah, that's definitely a game I definitely want to see, hope, in terms of it coming back, comes back intact. And, I'm just curious in terms of how they will handle the multiplayer, if all this is true, like having all these 4 games and the multiplayer seem really weird. Like, at least my guess is probably like, which would be cool either way, is to have all the multiplayer, like maybe a easy way to access all the multiplayer, like maybe go to certain lobbies, or maybe even in game, or whatever, like you could select the engine of each game, and like get really like deep with like the mechanics, like like basically that basically how Halo has kind of been, I guess since 3, with the creating matches and variants, and, setting all the variables and parameters and whatnot. So, yeah, that could be very epic. I think that would be very epic if they could pull it off, which it wouldn't really seem to be too hard, just, like they did it with Halo 1. So, I mean, just why not bundle all 4, Halos and, be the killer app, and that'd be a pretty good ass value, for your money. And, that's probably the Halo Reach was one of the games that they said is not going to be Halo Reach and ODST, which are obviously not, of the Master Chief. The only games that didn't involve Master Chief, wouldn't be included, but, I definitely at least want Reach. I could do without ODST, but I definitely want Reach in that series, cause yeah, I like the multiplayer for that, but they said that might not be included, but hey, if I get Halo 2, I think I could forget about Reach in terms of, a new multiplayer game, coming out. So, I mean, I'm hopeful, man. I'm hopeful, but we shall see when, E3 commences and all the festivities begin. But, I guess a few other rumors have heard is, Rare really, I guess supposedly maybe coming back in terms of, making the games they did instead of all this Connect bull crap and, just stuff, just making them really, it's like such a waste, like, especially the company they used to be, cause, I grew up on, Battletoads and, the awesome Battletoads and Double Dragon. That game was probably one of the first games I probably played, and, it was really awesome, and, really, I guess, got me into games and whatnot. So yeah, definitely, but, the rumored games were actually, is Battletoads, which I would definitely love. Like, if they kept the hard difficulty. Like, all they'd have to do really is just, have the same game, upgrade the graphics, maybe add a few little presentation touches here and there, and, I'd be down for that. Or, they could try remaking it and whatnot, or, making a new one, or either way, I think just to see Battletoads would be awesome. And it's kind of convenient because I know they were battling with Ninja Turtles, and now Ninja Turtles is coming out with the new movie. Their new movie, I think this August, which is I don't know, I just found that funny. But yeah, I'd love to see Battletoads come back. I think a lot of people had good memories about it. I think a lot of people have requested to, have Battletoads come back. So that would definitely be welcomed in my book. Another one, of course by Rare as well, is Perfect Dark. I played the Perfect Dark Zero for the 360, when it came out with the console and things like that. A lot of people didn't like it. I mean, I fairly enjoyed it, in my opinion. The multiplayer was all right. I mean, I enjoyed it as well. I know a lot of people didn't like it for whatever reason. I mean, that's their opinion, but yeah, I've always liked the Perfect Dark, games, as well as it being, having great memories about it, in the N64 days, when it came out on the 64, cause I think honestly, Perfect Dark, I know I'm probably not the only one, but Perfect Dark was way better than GoldenEye, in my opinion, in terms of just the overall game mechanics and like the weapons and the customizability. I don't even know if that's a word. Customizability. It sounds like a word. Whatever, we'll go with it. But yeah, just that being an awesome game, in of itself. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's definitely a great game. That at least what they were rumoring that is a remake, even though they kind of technically remade Perfect Dark for the 360, for Xbox Arcade. But yeah, either way, I love Perfect Dark. I like that series. Just the whole the essence of the weapons, like the creativity of the weapons, like, like for the 64, like the Super Dragon and laptop gun, like who would have thought like you like have this gun you could shoot normally, and then like a secondary function you can like deploy it as like a turret, like you could plant on the wall, and you know and then it does your dirty work for you like while you're not in the area. Fucking genius. But yeah, definitely want to see Perfect Dark back in some way, shape, or form. And I mean, that's the one thing I loved about Rare. Like a good amount of their games, especially, you know, GoldenEye and Perfect Dark, were way ahead of their times back in the day. Like just like all the stuff they fitted in like to a cartridge, a damn cartridge, you know, it's just mind blowing to me. Like just everything they could put in that game. And it's kind of funny. Like, one aspect, like I know the 64 version of Perfect Dark, like you could have like an insane amount of bots, while you're versing other people, like, you know, up to 4 players, you know, in the local area, or, you know, in the room, you know, but then the 360 version, like it had a reduced amount of people, you know, you could play against, or, you know, a bots you could create. So I don't know. I mean, I know that could probably have been fixed with like a simple patch, but it's just, I don't know. I feel like it just goes to show like how ahead, Rare was, and, you know, basically back in his day, and you know, the potential they have, even though a good amount of the people of Rare did leave, you know, I guess the people that were actually, I guess, Rare back in the day, you know, have left and, you know, gone on to do other things. But I think if people, and I guess Rare, that is whatever the remnants of Rare is today, you know, if they go off of the stuff they have done and things like that, I think that it would, they'd be on a really good track. They'd be on a really good track in regards to really bring some series and stuff, you know, classic series back, which I'd love to see. I really love to see that, but who knows? Of course, all these are rumors, which but I don't know, at least the Halo one seems very likely, because I mean, it would definitely get a lot of people to ride on Xbox, you know, a lot of people that don't really follow Halo like that to really get into Halo and, you know, actually see what Halo is all about, since the, you know, Xbox days. It would be a little weird for Halo 4 though, like, even though it didn't come out. Did a new Halo come out no Halo came out this past year. So I mean, yeah, that wouldn't be too like crazy of timing. And yeah, even though they did announce Halo 5 Guardians, which is gonna come out in 2015. So I think, yeah, it definitely makes sense for them to release Halo Collection, you know, especially to get everybody primed up for Halo Guardians when that comes out in 2015. So I mean, it definitely seems very likely. I'll definitely say that. Now that I think about it, I would definitely love it as long as they keep Halo 2 untouched, other than upgrading the graphics and not messing with a single inch of the net code in terms of you know, the actual gameplay, other than, I guess, host stuff or whatever. I'd be sold. I'd basically buy that collection just for Halo 2, and you know, I'd play all the other ones again too, you know, with upgraded graphics and stuff like that as well. But yeah, I definitely hope, you know, they really do that. They really bring that back, or in some way, shape, or form. I don't know. But one could dream, can't we? We can all dream. We can all dream. But I guess I'll go through a few like pretty unlikely predictions in terms of games and announcements and stuff at E3 that I guess I'd personally love to see. One would be Resident Evil Outbreak File 3, or, you know, some continuation, or what's the word I'm looking for? Continuation, or, you know, what is it, like a my mind just drew a blank, but like another form of Resident Evil Outbreak 5-3. So I would love that, man. It'd be really great. Like I mean, I'm a big fan of Resident Evil Outbreak. Played the hell out of those when they came out, and that was still on my brink of playing online games for the first time, I guess. Well, especially for the PlayStation 2, and having like a lot of great memories playing those games, 1 and 2. And then the fact that it just hurts, or it's kind of sad that they just discontinued it. Well, they did have File 3 planned and to release and stuff like that, with like some of the other scenarios that they didn't use. Like I think it was one like at a pier and things like that. That didn't come to be, unfortunately, but I'd love to see that come back in some way, shape, or form. I think it was ahead of its time as well. Like Perfect Dark, it was ahead of its time, and not a lot of people really, got hip, to the game, or was aware. I guess a few people really didn't like the fact that it didn't have voice chat and things like that, but I think that honestly would have killed the mood of the game in terms of what Resident Evil was. And, I think that was the best median to have, with Resident Evil, having multiplayer. Cause, as of late, I've been playing on the multiplayer, like, a great, awesome fan by the name of The Fog, has, released the, reverse engineered the servers, since they shut them all down, like, consistently, with the Biohazard version, which is the name of the game in Japan, and, the American server, since they're both down, he was able to manage to get the servers up, on, with some great trickery. So now we're able to play online. Not perfect, but, definitely a viable option of playing, getting our Resident Evil fix in. Hopefully, if they ever ported, File 1 and 2 to 360 or PS3 or Xbox One and PS4 possibly, which I don't know, it's probably a long shot, but just the overall, I guess, input. I think the guy from Capcom, I think who would be known of that, he said like basically it's too hard to port it over or something, which is a fucking lie. It's a fucking lie. In terms of everything, apparently, but basically they don't want to do it, I think. But so that's probably what Chuck's Resident Evil Outbreak 5-3 is kind of being most unlikely. But I guess another one would be, I'm really loving Capcom. As you can tell, another one would be Onimusha, which I don't know. Onimusha could be fairly possible. That'd be a great like surprise announcement. Cause Onimusha was basically like Resident Evil, but like in the samurai times, or feudal Japan days, where basically you had a sword and you get all different swords and properties to the swords and stuff like that. And basically it was like a Resident Evil clone, I guess. But given like a lot of the games that came to be, like Devil May Cry and Onimusha, kind of originated from Resident Evil, I believe. I think Onimusha had a conscious effort of coming from Resident Evil, but Devil May Cry was going to be a Resident Evil game, but it felt too different, or spanned too much from Resident Evil, what it was, that they actually made it another game, which is Devil May Cry. Awesome trivia I'm giving you guys. But yeah, Onimusha I really loved back when I was younger, playing it. I played 1 through 4, because 4 was called Dawn of Dreams. But it was still canon of Onimusha. But yeah, I think just the overall just combat and like the sweet countering and timing of the counters and stuff like that, and just like just having that feel of Resident Evil, but it was like in feudal Japan. I thought it was really interesting, given I'm a pretty big Resident Evil fan as well. So to my credit, just to put that out there as well. But yeah, I'd love to see that come back, which I don't know. It could, but I don't know. I just not really getting any rumors or hearing anything. I don't know. It just seems like nobody's really done anything with it, but I definitely love to see Onimusha come back. Another one would be God Hand 2. Love the hell out of that game. I'm probably gonna plan on streaming it, twitching it up eventually in the future. But God Hand 2, I really love that game. Just the whole concept of customizing your combos. I've never really seen a game ever do that. Well, one, do that, and two, like actually make it work and make it fun. Which I believe God Hand really did. So the comedy had a good amount of comedy in it, and then just the beat 'em up and the mechanics. I think overall, like really helped the series, and I think it was really great for the series regardless. So yeah, I'd love to see God Hand 2, but I think it's pretty unlikely. Pretty I guess unknown game and things like that. So I think those factors are pretty much would prohibit it from being released, or ever coming to be, for that matter. Another one would probably be No More Heroes 3. Huge fan of, well, I guess they're both of roughly the same person, but huge fan of Suda51. His work is impeccable. I love his work. Yeah, I definitely plan on playing No More Heroes, probably on my stream and whatnot as well. But yeah, just them games, just something about it just had an appeal to them. It was just like a weird Japanese, just combined with action, just a weird, unique appeal that I really loved about that game. So yeah, I definitely hope to see that back in the game someday. But who knows? No More Heroes 3 for the Wii U? That'd be cool. That'd at least validate me purchasing a Wii U more, I guess, other than the other games previously talked about. What would another one be? Another one would be well, I guess I forgot to talk about it, but Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe 2, I guess. But it's kind of been rumored, at least on the news sites and stuff like that, that Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe could be something, or it's either like, I guess people are speculating that it's at least the hints that Ed Boon is dropping on Twitter that it could be MK10, Mortal Kombat 10, or Mortal Kombat or DC Universe, but I don't think it's either. I think it's, well, you know what? I think it's more so it could either be one, Mortal Kombat 10, or two, actually three things. One, Mortal Kombat 10, two, Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, with actually the actual gore and like violence of Mortal Kombat, like not the dumbed down, watered down, kitty down, Barney bullshit that was Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, where it's just like, it was like both sides trying to come together, but like Mortal Kombat wasn't Mortal Kombat because it didn't have the violence. So it's like, oh, well, why'd y'all make this game then? So I think that was the biggest thing that hurt Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe. But I think now, if any, like, I guess, IP could, do a mashup with Mortal Kombat, it definitely, I think DC Universe will be the greatest option, since at least to my knowledge, DC has been more, at least in my opinion, I think has dived more into the like dangerous and more darker tones than Marvel. So I mean, I think DC would be a perfect game to kind of like, just have fun and let the characters, their beloved or, licensed, DC characters get killed and, really mutilated or whatever, what I mean? Like, just let Mortal Kombat be Mortal Kombat and let DC be DC, you know what I mean? And like, of course, each side is going to have to mold together, even though preferably I want DC to mold more to Mortal Kombat than, vice versa, because everybody loves Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat is not Mortal Kombat without, violence and, gore. So I think, hopefully that's what DC is going to do. Not DC, but, Ed Boon is, and their guys at, NetherRealm. Yeah, NetherRealm going to do with, the rumored, Mortal Kombat or Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe, which I think are the most likely factors. The third factor that I was, mentioning would be that it'd be Mortal Kombat 10, but maybe, you could play some of the DC characters as like, that aren't necessarily canon to the actual game or story, but, they're just like put in there, like just to have fun with and play with. Which it could be an option because they kind of did that with, Injustice by having like Scorpion in the game and things like that. So, I mean, that's a viable option as well, but I don't know. I guess my biggest prediction is probably Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe 2 or whatever they may call it, or may try to name it differently to get all the bad stank of MKU off them. So yeah, I think that'd be great. And I guess another thing that would kind of add strength to my theory would be that ever since DC Universe, or that abysmal, I ain't gonna say abysmal, it was okay, it just wasn't, it just didn't have, it was disappointing in terms of the not having appeal as Mortal Kombat. But I think the greatest appeal to that game would be, in terms of pertaining to the likelihood of it being an MKU2 would be that after that game, both Mortal Kombat games released, or both a Mortal Kombat game release and then a DC or Injustice game release. So they could both lead up to this game as well. So I mean, there is that. So I think that's pretty likely, that we'll see it. I think we're going to see it before E3, I think, or is it at E3? Because I know Ed Boon said June 9th, and I think that may be when E3 starts. I don't know. I tried to check it, but it didn't work out. But yeah, there's that. So I think, I want to be sure if that's all the predictions I did have, or, desired predictions. Yeah, I think that's it, guys. Yep. I believe that's all I had to talk to you awesome folks about. But yeah, I think that will do it for me. But you can check me out at all my other networks or forms of communication, whatever you call it, on other avenues that I'm on, which is Twitch, twitch.com, A-Switch. I'm on YouTube, A-Switch, Twitter at A-Switch. Yeah, so you can also catch this podcast on iTunes as well. But yeah, guys, that's gonna do it for me. Yeah, I hope all these predictions really come to be, whatever you have it, whatever way you put it, I don't know. But until next time, guys.